Alright, hello everyone, my name is Shep, welcome back to the Butcher's Circus. Today you're going to be playing against 9-inch fingernails, that's a very interesting name, and we are going to be playing a brand new team. So I'm calling this team the Double Date team. And why is that? Well, you know when on a double date you have two couples like dining together or something? Well, for some reason these two couples decided Carnage would be a good double date idea, and here we are. So we have the Shieldbreaker and the Flagellant, always a good combo because Shieldbreaker has a lot of dodge and Flagellant's naturally very tanky. And we have the Grave Robber and Highwayman combo, so one that you don't see as much, but one that's still very scary because Grave Robber also has a lot of dodge, she has a lot of defense with the Shadow Fade, and the Highwayman is kind of a riposte magnet and also a crit magnet. Well, not a crit magnet, he's like a crit amplifier or something, he just crits like crazy. So my opponent decided to go Bolster first, and I think the best play when you see a Plague Doctor is always to pull, so I didn't even have to think twice. You see a Plague Doctor, you go for a pull on her. So quite an interesting team setup here. It looks like there's going to be Yelp into Blinding Gas, maybe just trying to go for a lot of debuffs, and those debuffs would actually be pretty annoying because with this team we don't actually have accuracy buffs apart from, you know, naturally high accuracy abilities and the Vendetta buff. So there's going to be a puncture onto my Highwayman, just going to put the Flagellant out of position, but I'm not overly preoccupied about this. It's probably going to be Blinding Gas too, but that's not the end of the world. I could go Vendetta right now. Who do I want to go Vendetta on? Probably the Shieldbreaker, right? Yeah, so we need to get rid of her dodge. I might miss, which would be really annoying, but we don't miss and we're also going to get the confirmed debuff, so that's great. That's minus 20 dodge on the Shieldbreaker that we're not going to have to deal with. I mean, that we're not going to have to worry with until the end of the match, which means that in the final 1v1 or 2v2 this would be very, very helpful. So I'm actually going to have to say this is going to be quite an interesting matchup. Yeah, quite an interesting one. So the team I have here has a pretty decent time against stress. Well, unless there's a lot of dodge and a lot of debuffs, because then my accuracy is really going to start lacking. It just has a decent time against stress because, you know, you have a Flagellant with a Gauntlet of Absolution, and that always gives you a good time. You also have Riposte, so against any Hound's Harries or abilities like that, you'll be perfectly safe. So which character do I want to take out first? Well, Hellion is annoying, but she doesn't really beat the Flagellant. And Plague Doctor is really annoying with that Blinding Gas and Noxious Blast. I can't really focus on the Shieldbreaker. I don't care about Man at Arms all that much. I think I'm going to focus the Plague Doctor down first. Yeah, let's get her out of here. So what is this team's win condition? Because it definitely looks very janky. It's not really a DOT team. It's not really a stress team. Because, well, I mean, it is a stress team in the end. It is going to be a stress team. It's a mix and match between DOT and stress. And the idea behind it is you have a Highwayman, which is going to have riposte, and a Flagellant, which is going to have reclaim. So your team has naturally good defense, and you slowly but surely output an insane amount of pressure through expose, grape shot, and duelist advance, and panic dart. So expose, like, Highwayman already has an amazing crit chance with these two trinkets, and if you have an expose on top of that for plus 20% crits receive chance, Panic Darts is gonna crit like every 2 actions, and Highwayman's gonna crit every 2 actions too. It's just awesome. I could go for a puncture right now, that's an idea, or I could go expose. I've actually misplayed already, but it's not the end of the world. I don't think my riposte would matter all that much here, so I'm not gonna set it up. I'm gonna go for this, but sadly we failed the debuff, you know, 65% chance. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Normally you wanna kind of like dance around with the characters to actually do what you wanna do, but oh well. It's actually gonna be a guard here. Well, that prevents me from hitting the Plague Doctor, but it's not the end of the world because I can still hit other characters. And she's still dropping to this, so next round I'm gonna go puncture, so she's screwed either way, and the Man at Arms just kind of lost this action. So I am not overly concerned with that at all. I probably want to go Grape Shot Blast before I get debuffed and miss it. So yeah, you can see, like, with the Eagle Eye Talisman, with the Grim Bandana, with the Vendetta buffs, like, this hurts. That Shieldbreaker, like, half her HP is gone just from Vendetta Grape Shot Blast. It's pretty brutal. Also, half my accuracy is gone with the Flagellant, so I can pretty much forget hitting with him. But, oh well, that's just something we have to deal with. There isn't really any character for us to reclaim, so I'm gonna have to say that Flagellant's actually gonna be pretty useless here, because this is a pure stress team, like there's practically no damage involved. So the Flagellant is just probably gonna have to miss and call it a day. Yeah, 26% hit chance, we missed those, right? Yeah, the Flagellant is not gonna have his greatest match, but as long as he's around, as long as he can heal characters once they start dropping, like the heart attacks or something, as long as he just stays there and is the Flagellant that he needs to be, we will be okay for the end of the match. So like Hellion is practically doing like 10 stress to watch 10 stress to us each and every action, so I mean we don't really care all that much. I can panic darts, 73% hit chance, yeah we got debuffed. Hopefully it hits, yeah we do get a hit, that's wonderful, that's a lot of duty applied on Hellion. If she wants to clear it, she has to go Adrenaline Rush, but I don't really mind Adrenaline Rush. Plus 10 accuracy for Yop, I mean who cares, it doesn't even do damage. So it's not like it would matter all that much. Yeah, she's not gonna go Yelp, she's gonna go I mean, no, she's not gonna go Adrenaline Rush, she's just gonna go with that Yelp. I have minus 30 accuracy right now, but I still have... Yeah, I'm at minus 10 accuracy total right now, I think, but this should probably still hit. Yeah, 60%. Oh, oh, that's not great. That's really not great. Yeah, if I had hit that, the Shieldbreaker right now would have been at 0 HP and would have gotten a lot of tempo out of it, but... What can you do, right? What can you do? I wonder if this Plague Doctor is actually going to click herself and go with self-heal or not, because if she doesn't, I'll just go Puncture and then she's having a horrible time. So we are going to get Afflicted right now, we go Masochistic. I might be considering a Reclaim right now, just to make sure that we don't drop too low. And yeah, I'll do it. I'm going to drop this Reclaim right here. Make sure that Highwayman's okay. Also, Regen has a really decent time against Stress, unless Stress has a lot of DOT to deal with it, because you can regen yourself out of this store after a heart attack, and that's definitely very, very powerful of a move. So there's gonna be a Bellow. I have 2 actions. I want to keep my Shieldbreaker action. I guess I'm just gonna go for Panic Darts on whoever I can. Let's go for the Hellion again, keep attritioning her down. Normally you'd get a kill a little bit earlier, but considering all the dodge that's been around, yeah, that's being a little bit difficult. But the team has a slow and methodical approach, and the slow and methodical approach will win us the match. I hope Puncture does 3 damage here. I mean, it should. Yeah, it does 3 damage. 95% chance of getting a pull, and it fails, obviously. Oh, jeez. Well, it's not the end of the world. She's still in a really rough spot. If you go pull again, I think I might go Duelist Advance here. I mean, if you go for another heal, yeah, or I could go... No, I'll go Duelist Advance first, and then we'll go from there. Or do we? Do we need Duelist Advance at all? Oh, the accuracy, the minus accuracy is really annoying. 55% hit chance, this is better. I'm gonna go for the better hit chance just because I want to get the Plague Doctor out of here, and now you don't really have a way of protecting her. You can't guard her. Even if you could, I'd go Puncture. And since you can't guard her, I'm just gonna go Puncture anyway. Or I go Expose, I'm gonna go Panic Darts, I'm gonna go Punish, and she's gonna die. So this team can get kills like by just bringing characters to Heart Attack immediately. That's how it usually handles damage teams. Since you should be doing more stress than what I'm actually doing here, it's just that the bolster is making this a little bit difficult for us. So yeah, you don't really need a finisher and getting confirmed death blows. If you do get like 25% death blows or 45% death blows, it is obviously great, but you are not required to do so. So I could go Puncture. What happens if I go Puncture? She has to do something weird, like disrupting the Hellion. Yeah, that's actually a really good move right now. Let's drop a Puncture, and yeah, we do get the 25% death. Oh, really? I failed the pull again. Oh my god, Shieldbreaker, your Puncture is not working today. I don't know what's up with you, but oh well. I guess we are just not meant to pull that Shieldbreaker today, I suppose. That's really awkward. That's really awkward. Failing both Punctures. That means the enemy Shieldbreaker gets to just do whatever she wants right now, because if the Hellion was in 2, she could expose, but then she would go to position 4 where she can only Puncture from there, and I wouldn't really mind that all that much. I think right now I'm gonna go for a Punish first. I shouldn't do enough damage here even with a crit. Yeah, I'm not even gonna do enough. And you know what I could do? I could actually just try going for the Corpse. I mean, it's probably gonna miss either way. I'll just go for the Hellion. Yeah, whatever. I could try going for the Corpse so Grave Shot actually hits all 3 characters, but I think I can leave the Man-at-Arms for last anyway. I just have to kill these 2 and then my team is gonna have a decent time. So that's kind of the good part of pretty much every team I do, because I just like to put the Flagellant everywhere, as you should. Flagellant's awesome. I like to put him everywhere, so against characters like the Man-at-Arms at the end of the match, if he doesn't have Retribution, you can pretty much just win. Same thing against the Hellion. Like, having a Flagellant's just really strong, and having this team is really strong, so even against all these debuffs, we are still quite capable of hitting the enemy characters and taking them down. So yeah, a decent matchup for us. Let's see, what does this Hellion want to do? She's dropping to this door no matter what. We just have a really solid offense here. Like, I don't see how we can actually lose this apart from the Flagellant, like, going Rapturous and, like, acting out every single round. Other than that, I really don't see how this match could be lost, so I'm gonna skip to the end. Okay, so this match has turned out to be considerably closer than what it should have been, because of act out, 60% hit chances failing, and the overall general nastiness in terms of the RNG, and I've missed the Shieldbreaker like 6 abilities in a row right now. Like, maybe more. And, you know, she does have a very decent amount of dodge, but she went Fearful. You know, she's been getting a lot of dodges. She just keeps hitting Exposed on my Shieldbreaker, even though I have 45 dodge. And you have no extra accuracy buffs when you're at this door. But, yeah, it's just Butcher Circus things, right? So that's a double pass in a row. I just keep failing to kill this Shieldbreaker, and it's funny. It is really funny. Like, my opponent's making a horrible mistake here, which is number one, focusing down the Shieldbreaker. You should be killing the Flagellant, because without killing the Flagellant, you're gonna lose. But yeah, well, can't really say too much about it. Irrational says no, as Irrational usually does. I missed the 46. A little bit of extra stress. Because the thing is, you have to kill the Flagellant because the Man-at-Arms can't win solo, and that's another pass. And I think my Shieldbreaker might be dead here. Oh, isn't that funny? Well, it's gonna be another Exposed. Does it finally miss? Wow, finally a whiff. Who would have guessed that there finally would have been a goddamn whiff? Oh well. Now there's a little less dodge, there's only 52. I moved back here, but that's acceptable, and finally we're gonna get Panic Darts. So yeah, you definitely had to guard her, like, do something to protect the Shieldbreaker. I mean, I guess taking out my own Shieldbreaker would prevent the guard breaking from coming through. But let's just say that my opponent had like 8 rounds of me trying to kill that Shieldbreaker with all these actions. And I mean, I'm not even joking, those were like 8 rounds of time to actually do that, and that just didn't happen. So a little bit extra damage, doesn't really matter. I'm gonna drop this, and now it's gonna be a swift victory all the way to taking out this Man-at-Arms. And there we go, that's the end to the match, and the Double Date team stands victorious, so let's take it to a different matchup. Alright, and here we go into a match number 2, so it looks like we have some interesting ideas to deal with. Oh, this looks like we're gonna have a rough time. Okay, so the Double Date team, here we go again, this time against the Vestal and the Leper combo, so interesting combo for sure. There's also Bounty Hunter and Houndmaster, no Mark synergy, but I guess they'll have Bounty Hunters here for disruption for getting kills. The Houndmaster's probably here to protect the Leper, and the Leper is here to, of course, dish out that damage. So first thing I could do is either Adderskiss on the Leper or Puncture on the Vessel. I'm gonna go for Puncture on the Vessel, because it's an 80% chance of working, and if it does work, we put the Vessel in a rough spot, where, you know, she doesn't want to be, and we put the Bounty Hunter in position 4, so I think this is a really, really decent outcome. So we have a great advantage against Leper, which is the fact that we do have Reclaim, but the Leper also has a great advantage against us, because after he uses Revenge, he can one-shot my Flagellant every single time, even after I go for a heal. So it's going to be a stall on my Grave Robber. Kind of unlucky that we didn't get the dodge, but oh well, what can you do, right? And right now the Vestal is not in the spot where she wants to be. There can't be a finish him for that additional damage. I think I just start going ham on this Leper here. Oh, I should have gone Vendetta. There's no way I would... was I gonna Vendetta with the Leper? Should I have gone Vendetta on the Leper? I don't know, maybe. Maybe I should have gone Vendetta on the Leper. Oh, here comes the guard dog, okay. Yeah, I can break the guard for sure, but... this is gonna be rough to deal with. Alright, it's not the end of the world, Shep. Do not worry. I think if we kill the Bounty Hunter, we're also having a wonderful time here, so... I might just turn around and kill the Bounty Hunter instead, because it's the only finisher character, and once we actually get him out of here, it doesn't matter how much damage the Leper does if he doesn't have anything to back it up, so that would be nice. We're also going to have a lot of dodge, so it's going to be difficult for him to deal with it. It's going to be a come hitter, actually gets the hit and the pull. Like, none of these chances were 100%, I was hoping that my Grave Robber would get a little more dodges, but the Mark synergy shouldn't do all that much. There's no way you go chop right now. It's like a 50-50 hit chance at this moment. So yeah, Leper is gonna go for that revenge. Oh, it's gonna hurt. And now we're gonna click here, we're gonna go Shadow Fade. And your come hitter is gonna be essentially useless, I'm gonna have to say. Maybe going for a Caltrop would have been a better play there, just to start taking away at all my characters. Especially this Shieldbreaker, she would just start ticking down, even if you miss her and all that. So there's gonna be a stun here, please resist. Good job, Snuff, you're doing exactly what you are meant to do. Goddamn Snuff, so freaking useless. Everyone knows Snuff is useless, why do I keep trying to use it? Oh well. I'm not sure if this Bounty Hunter, when this Bounty Hunter is gonna move forward, but he definitely has to move forward here. Okay. I might be going Puncture, Duelist Advance into the Leper. Yeah, you know what, let's do just that. Let's go Puncture, Duelist Advance. And we should be able to do some very decent damage. We have a high crit chance with this Highwayman, and he has plus 15% damage taken, so that's kind of removing the prot here. Always gonna go Chop. Okay, please don't. Okay, that's a lot of damage, but it's not a one-shot, so the Flagellant is gonna be fine here. Yeah, just getting stunned with 85% stun resistance doesn't feel good. Who would have guessed? Yeah, we do get the crit, so that's half your HP gone. Very, very handy. And of course there's 0 dodge now, so Vendetta there would have been very, very silly. We did go Vendetta on the Bounty Hunter, so he doesn't have any sort of dodge. It's definitely going to be useful. I could have gone on the Doggy, but I feel like I don't have to worry too much about the Doggy, because the only moves that he has is either Hound's Area to get a lucky death blow or whatever. Oh, what? He gets the push. No way you get the push on that. Oh my god. Snuff, you useless piece of garbage. Who uses Flashbang? What is this? What is this game about? Who the hell uses Flashbang? What am I playing against right now? Okay. I might actually be going into full damage mode here. Yeah, I'm gonna go into full damage mode. I'm gonna go Adder's Kiss 10, that's not enough. I was hoping for like a crit 16 or something. Yeah, that's definitely not enough, but the Leper is still in a really rough spot. If you go Chop right now on the Shieldbreaker, I go Redeem, and I'll be fine. If you go Chop on the Highwayman, you get Riposte to Death's Door. If you go Hue, you might miss, you still get Riposte to Death's Door, so the Leper is not having a wonderful time. And the Flagellant is relatively safe here. He can't get stunned now. I mean, he can get stunned, but I'm hoping that the 135 J-Man stun resistance is gonna come in clutch for us. So keeps guarding that Vessel. I don't care about the Vessel. I don't care about you doing that. Of course, Houndmaster can't do anything else. Like, if you go Hound's Area, you're just not accomplishing much at all, and you're getting yourself riposted for probably like 2/3 of your health bar. So I can understand why you wouldn't want to go for that. Do I want to go Panic Darts first? Yes, I do. Let's go Panic Darts first right now. We get 7 damage on it. I was expecting to get a crit and maybe just bring the Leper down to 0. That would have been amazing to do that right on the spot. But since we didn't, we're just gonna have to wait around a little bit and kind of waste our damage, which, you know, kind of sucks. We're gonna get flashbanged again. But this time it doesn't do even near as much, so okay, that's fine by me. I'm in a rough spot here, actually, believe it or not. I am in a rough spot here, because the actions I should have done, like, I really wish I would have done enough damage, but we didn't. Oh well. I think my play here, as weird as it looks, no, it doesn't look that weird. I'm gonna go point blank shot. We get a crit out of it for your entire health bar, but we do not get the push. The push would have been wonderful, because then the Vessel would have been almost useless, but since we didn't get it, oh well. You can't really go Comfort right now, because it's not gonna heal for more than 9. Even though the crit it only healed for 8, so yeah, it would not have saved you as of that moment. I think I'm actually gonna play a little bit weird here. I'm gonna keep the Flagellant in the back and just start going Reclaim on the other characters. So I think I'm gonna drop. I mean, he's definitely gonna go for heal. I'm gonna drop a Reclaim on whoever's in danger. Who's in most danger right now? I'd say the Highwayman, believe it or not, because I mean he can get riposted, but he's still very much in danger. Flagellant's also in danger. He's very low on HP and he can get focused down quite easily. Shieldbreaker, even if she gets one shot, I can always go Serpent's Way and then use Reclaim after it, so I'm not overly concerned. Right now, I do want to keep up my riposte, so I'm gonna drop a Duelist Advance here. We get a crit out of it for 23. This is just Highwayman things, you know. You have the Grim Bandana, you can just start bringing down the character. Of course, even though you have a full dodge doggy, I have a Shieldbreaker with Puncture, so I have the anti-fun tool here, being the super anti-fun tool that she loves to be. So one thing that we do have going for us that I didn't mention last round, or, you know, last match, is that we do actually have one extra death vote, like 2 extra death vote death chance abilities. We have point blank shot and we have a Shadow Fade and then any kind of ability. So it's going to be a stun on our Shieldbreaker, which means I can go panic darts for the death blow. We don't get the death blow, we get a lot of wasted stress, but that's still an affliction, and once afflictions start rolling in, we might get lucky and get some good act outs. So he's gonna go Paranoid. Paranoid has a chance of doing very silly things, like Paranoid can move back, Paranoid can hit other characters, Paranoid can do a lot of silly things. It's actually gonna be a guard dog, but I mean, you can't perma-stun this, Shieldbreaker, believe it or not. You really can't do it. I mean, you can try, you can definitely try doing it, but not only is it not a confirmed hit chance, yeah, it's only not a confirmed hit chance, because the stun chance is 90 still. So he's gonna go chop. Does he get the hit? No, he doesn't. He's Paranoid. And he's in a rough spot. He's in a really rough spot. I'm gonna drop this on the Grave Robber, just so we top her off. And then next round I'm gonna go redeem on the Shieldbreaker if I actually have to. So the Bounty Hunter is still here to fish for those death blows, so I have to be careful with my own Flagy here. So it's gonna be really another flashback on the Grave Robber. Just move the Bounty Hunter forward. I don't understand why you're doing this to yourself. Okay, we are 100% gonna go for Puncture here, and that's the 40% death blow. And I don't think that 9-inch fingernails has a chance anymore. Also, I didn't mention, but this is Soup from Darkest Dungeon Discord. A lot of you might know him. Some of you might not, but yeah, pretty fun person to be with. So Leper is gone, and I'm actually gonna explain the trinkets. Wow, big crit. I'm actually gonna explain the trinkets since I didn't do it last time. So this Grave Robber has Monkey's Paw and the Satchel of Dirty Tricks. This is by far, like, hands down the best setup you can have when you don't actually have any kind of accuracy buff. So you have plus 18 accuracy, which makes panic darts hit way more reliably, and it's just a must take if you plan on spamming panic darts without any extra accuracy. So it gives you a lot of dodge too, gives you plus bite skill chance, so you bite pretty much everything in the world, and you just chill like that. So we're gonna go Grape Shot Blast here. And the Flagellant should be okay to... I don't think we'll be able to move forward, actually. We might just have to drop a Redeem anyway. But okay, the Highwayman has Eagle Eye Talisman and Grim Bandana. You need the extra accuracy, because once again you don't have any sort of accuracy buffs, and Veneta buff really isn't enough. So having the Eagle Eye Talisman is really helpful, because plus 10 accuracy, plus 10 damage just means that we can do the amount of insane damage that we were doing, and hitting reliably too. And other than that, we take the Grim Bandana, so we do even more damage, we get more crits, which you have seen are amazing, and you have more stress dealt, which makes the Grape Shot feel a whole lot better to use. Then the Shieldbreaker just has the casual setup. She has Monkey's Paw, Graceful Anklet, makes her have extra 12 accuracy, which is definitely handy. Makes her be able to dodge most abilities, you know, only most, like this Vestal does not wanna miss my Shieldbreaker, sadly. And I think going for a Puncture here is actually going to be the play. Not exactly to get to pull, because the Leper Corpse is going to go away because of the sheer amount of DOT that we did, but to just kill this Vestal, essentially. And yeah, this is a very defensive trinket setup, and if she does get focused out, she can always use Serpent Sway, so these two dodge characters are definitely great. So the team is kind of an idea where you don't want to hit the Flagellant, because, you know, he's a Flagellant, you can go for big heals. You don't want to hit the Highwayman, because he has a lot of riposte energy, and you can't really hit these two, because if you pull the Grave Robber, she's going to Shadow Phase, she's going to have a lot of dodge, and if you start focusing down the Shieldbreaker, she's going to have a lot of dodge too, and she's going to have Serpent Sway. And no matter what you do, I'm always going to drop a Reclaim on someone, because I have exotic stuff, and I technically should be able to resist those stuns, but against the Vestal, you know, it's not that likely. We actually roll for a min roll right there on the Vestal. I was hoping for a crit or something, so I'd just be able to drop her to Death Star and go panic darts into potentially just getting a 45% chance death blow, but it looks like it won't be that way. There's gonna be a finish on my Shieldbreaker of all characters. I'm gonna go for this. Look at that crit. That's a very nice crit for 14. 76 stress right there. Yeah, 76. It's brutal what the Grave Robber can do with that Shadow Fade. So right now I feel comfortable just moving forward, and you can see, like, the team is in perfect shape. Despite her being a dodge doggy, despite her being a Vestal here with big heals, big stuns, despite her being disruption in the form of the Bounty Hunter, and the Leper doing massive damage blows, like, this team just sticks together. Like, they just dance with each other. They do what they're here to do. Like, they just work. They absolutely work together, and it's really fun to see them play with each other. Like, I've been having a lot of fun with this team. That's not something I usually say, because, you know, I've been playing the Circus for over 2 years, like almost 2 years and a half now. And this team is definitely not something I had seen before. I've seen similar things, but like like this wave of offense between the Highwayman and the Shieldbreaker, where you go puncture and then you have riposte. You know, basically means that you can't protect the character using the Shieldbreaker like this, and then you have big heals to. After you get a character advantage, you just start going for it. But that's usually with a vessel or something else. But having a Flagellant here just means that you have great matchups against a lot of things. Like, this is just fun to play with. So we're gonna go for an expose right now. Not quite a death blow, but we are gonna get that debuff. So I'm pretty sure that even if we don't get the death blow with the panic darts, the stress is just gonna be enough to the point that, you know, the vessel isn't gonna survive. So the Flagellant's gonna have his healing back once he does actually drop the Death Star, so I'm not overly concerned right now. And yeah, just the sheer character advantage you have right now, and how difficult it is to actually kill a character because of the claim, and because of the dodge, and because of the repulse, and because of how they just seem to dance around in perfect synchrony. It's just fun to play with and difficult to deal with, but also I'm not sure if this feels oppressive to play against. Maybe it feels a little bit on the oppressive side, I'm not quite sure, but it's not like I'm stunning you, it's not like I'm getting affliction through just spamming Counter or anything, so I'd have to say that this is maybe not the most oppressive team to play against. It's just fun going for these kinds of outplays, and I think now it's only going to be a matter of time until we take this match, so I just want to see this Panic Darts getting a crit and getting 60 stress. I mean, it's probably not going to be necessary. I could just get a death blow either way. It's probably gonna be like a 90. So yeah, we actually don't get the death blow. We're actually gonna have to rely on the stress, but that's definitely enough. And bye little Vestal. And the Flagellant is still safe. Actually, maybe he's not that safe. Well, you can only hit with Hansari. Come on, riposte, do it. 16. 15% protection, by the way. I still do 16 damage. Yeah, it just hurts. It really does hurt. Anti-Hunter is actually probably going to get a death blow on the flash now, but oh well, what can you do? But before that happens, I will go for a puncture here. Oh, I actually don't have enough damage. Well, I do have enough damage if I hit. And this little Hound Monster is going to go to position 1, where he's going to be in a lot of pain, because even if Tools Advance doesn't get the death blow, Point Blank Shot will. And after that, it's going to be a 3v1 on this Bounty Hunter. So now, after the Flagellant dies, he also heals the other characters. So it's not going to be of any impact right now, but it can definitely be of impact in other situations. So let's just skip forward until this match's end. Alright, and that should be the GG with this Grape Shot Blast. So we did apply Expose on the Bounty Hunter, so he's just taking a massive amount of crits, and very quickly, like in just one turn, he was gone. So anyway, hope y'all enjoyed the match. Definitely give this team a try, the Double Date team. It just feels so fun to play with, and it's so cool actually making the power couple work, and not having a backline of like Jester and Antiquarian where you have to play DOT, you really have to play DOT. I just prefer this way more. This team just feels awesome. So anyway, hope y'all enjoyed it, and I'll see you again another time. Cheers. Also, ew, what is that?